Well, hello everybody. Today it's the Let's Get To It channel review of The Witcher episode 5 and 6. So, let's get to it. With me, I got Jonathan and Swan, and always myself, the no-named host. But anyway, so let's get into
Your
it.
name's Darren.
Fuck you, don't say my government name. But let's get into this, alright?
All right,
So,
Patrice.
episode 5, we're going to start with today. And episode 5 was where Geralt finally got a taste of Yennefer. I am so jealous of that, man.
I feel like she got the taste in that situation.
It's literally the two hottest people in the show fucking.
It really is.
Yep.
It really is. But that was a very, very well episode. That was a great episode. Still, episode 3 still my favorite, but episode 5 was very entertaining. How what was it? A djinn. He was fishing for a djinn. And
Yeah.
he needed to go. He wanted it because he had insomnia problems, or that was his cover up. And apparently, he made a wish for the bard to shut up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he had that big lump in his throat, and he was coughing up blood and everything.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was episode 5 was a episode where Geralt's character started to really come together. It was where Geralt started showing emotion, started showing interest towards characters and stuff. It's really starting to pick up in the series. It's starting to get people are killing off people in all this different timelines, and it's getting really interesting. I've been hooked on it. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is kind of slow. It's all build up, but like I think episode 5 was the climax. It's the beginning of the climax.
It's the beginning of the end, so to speak. It feels like this is it. All the timelines are coming together. They're catching up with each other.
I tell you what, episode 5 felt like a porno a little bit in that one. There was orgies. Yennefer was naked all the time. I mean, like
It was tasteful porn, though, in my opinion.
it was an orgy that she like pretty much roofied all of them to fuck. Like she said a spell and they all stopped fucking.
Yeah.
I wish I had that power. Like she wasn't fucking. She was just enjoying everybody
Darren.
else having fun.
Darren, how do you know you don't?
Because I've never had an orgy before. So, what would you guys give your first impression of episode 5?
I like the dynamic between Geralt and Yennefer. I thought it was very well played out. I really makes you want to see more of them together, and they want to be together, but it's kind of this. I don't know how.
I gotta say one thing though. When you bring up Yennefer, I did not. This is me being the devil's advocate, but I don't like how she went through that experiment, or not the beauty transformation, whatever you want to call it, and she knew that she might be or she will be sterile from it. And then in the episode 5, it was like she was on a fucking rampage to kill everybody, and not really to kill, but find a way to have a family.
Well, yeah, this was like years after that happened, though.
Yeah, it was. I think
it was like 5 to 10 years.
I think it was
there.
5 years actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between that happening and then where they meet up and fuck.
All right. So, what was your first impression, Swan?
I think the way they did the story itself, the episode story, like how they were trying to find a witch, was really well constructed. It didn't feel pushed, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like, oh shit, we need to get these two to meet up now. It felt more natural than that.
yeah, it wasn't a rush. Like even when that episode started, I didn't know that they were going to actually meet in that episode. Like everything, I have to say, The Witcher's acting is phenomenal. The whole like voodoo spiritual ritual Yennefer was doing while she was just gorgeously naked, and she was just sitting there like with the red eyes. Like, how can you stay in character when everybody around you is naked? The acting in this episode at 5 was phenomenal, man.
Yep.
They're really all coming together. You can start feeling the chemistry amongst the actress and actors coming together. Like I said, dude, like Yennefer and Geralt are bringing their fucking A game. Like they are really bringing their acting A game for this. Like I have yet. All right, it's one of the first Netflix series I can say that have like actual blockbuster acting in it, like top of the notch acting. Like I wouldn't be upset or surprised that The Witcher wins any type of like support acting or best actor and stuff like that, because everybody
or at least
brings
nominated.
it.
And they're not even like super famous actors. Yeah, they're famous actors. They're not like
Well, the most famous
actors.
one is Geralt. That's really it.
Yeah, and he's not like super well known either.
I was very impressed with Yennefer, though, the actress that plays her, knowing that she hasn't really been in a lot of stuff before this.
Dude, she's been great.
Even Ciri's only been acting for like what 2-3 years now.
Yeah, even with series, man, they're starting to bring her into the more storyline now. Like we're starting to see more of her, what's happening, and all that. It is really interesting. It's really getting interesting. The timelines are starting to add up, but they're still a little bit confusing if you don't really pay attention. If like let's say you look at your phone for like a few like 30 seconds, you miss a lot because they don't tell you when they like time travel in the show. You just got to know the scenario, the characters, and all that, what's happening. And I like that a lot. It's a TV show that gravitates you to it for the entire season.
It's something that you can go in with low expectations and then end up in watch.
Yeah, it really like if it wasn't for recording, I probably would have watched the entire season already. I just enjoy having that fresh in my mind. It's a phenomenal TV show. The lore in it's amazing. It's like every time they do an episode, there's a new creature in it, and they just fucking like pull it off phenomenally.
Oh
like,
yeah, and the cost, like the animatronic, like the what's it called? Not the I guess CGI.
Yeah, CGI, special effects, whatever you want to call it. There's like no clipping, no lag. It feels very fluid, and it feels it's like organic in it too. Until they come up to like a person, because obviously you can't have a person interacting with the CGI because it's not there. But other than that, I mean, it's just like the fine details of it. It's a great show. I love the show so far.
And then, like in episode 6, you could see the CGI much so, but it's still well done.
Yes, it's very well done. Yeah. What did you guys think about the overall acting in episode 5? I mean, we kind of hit on it about Geralt and Yennefer, but what about like the supporting cast? Like, let's say the Bard. I love the Bard, Josh Skier. Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in it.
He's my favorite character. he like the way he was acting, like something was actually in his throat, made it super believable.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it a lot.
It showed that he somewhat started to care for him by trying to help him out and get that fucking thing out of his throat, I guess.
Well, it wasn't a thing in his throat. It was when Geralt was fishing for the gin, and he opened, when they were wrestling around, they accidentally opened it, and nothing came out. Geralt didn't know what he was dealing with, and he kind of made it, since he was the one who fished it out and had opened the seal. Josh Gear had the vial, but Geralt had opened the seal. And while that was open, he made a comment about, I wish you would just shut up, pretty much, is the gist of it. And that's when Josh Gear started getting that lump in his throat. And that's when you saw the first slash on his forearm for the 3 wishes. I don't know much about Ciri. I really don't. So far, I have like this thing of like, I feel like she's way more protective than she needs to be. She needs to step up and be a fucking savage already. She's already had a lot of shit happen to her. A lot of people have been trying to kill her, and she still acts like this little dutzy little princess. But that's just me nitpicking. She's a great actress. Her character is coming along very well. They haven't really showed any of her powers since episode 1. And I'm really interested in seeing what happens with her after this episode.
They're only showing.
Yeah, it was only episode
bit
1. The only episode 1 is where they showed the
Same
magic.
with Geralt. They only show his powers.
No, they
like,
show Geralt has been
push.
shown many a times using his powers, like in
But they
episode.
only show push.
No, they use there was a force field. They used a force field against the aborted monster thing, the aborted princess thing, or not aborted,
Oh.
but killed in the
Yeah,
womb.
I forgot
Yeah, he forced that. Yeah, he used that one. I mean, overall, man, episode 5 was awesome.
Yeah.
And then after they fought the Jinn, Yennefer teleported her and Geralt to where the orgy was happening. And all of a sudden, they start fucking, and then the bard comes in the window. Oh, they're alive! Oh, they're really alive! It was great. I love the bard, Jaskier. He is awesome, man. He's funny as hell. So, what would you give the rating for episode 5?
Give it a solid 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8.1, and then 3 dicks up for Geralt.
How is that equal to 8 dicks? You remember the rating system last time? You got like what? It was 7 dicks because you gave 3 to somebody,
that was
and
just
then
a coincidence. You're the one who put that together, and I was like, all right, I don't want to deal with it. So yeah, sure, you're right.
you only have 10 dicks, man.
Eh?
Yeah. So, why would you give it an 8, Jonathan?
Oh, an 8.1. Just the one up, Jonathan. That's it.
Well, I
Just
want to
wanna
know why
write
why would you give episode 5 an 8 out of 10? What are the 2 points missing that would make it a 10?
Not enough of Yennefer's ass.
Dude, there was more Jennifer's ass than any episode.
There can never be enough of Yennefer's ass.
More Geralt's ass.
That's
That too.
that one too.
So that's
Yep.
why I knocked 2 off, because not enough Gerald's ass. Not enough Yennefer's ass.
Not enough violence. Didn't think there was that much violence.
It was more of a
Yeah.
mystical kind of episode. It was more of like spiritual, mythological
It was more character
curses. It was
development.
more curses than anything.
I still wanted more violence.
It was pretty good. I mean, the dude was coughing up blood
More?
and everything.
Violence.
I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's my second favorite episode we've seen so far.
Yep.
All right, now that being said, we get to move on to episode 6, where
Yeah.
Geralt gets a whole little fucking convoy of dwarves and tries to fight a dragon.
Those dwarves had me dying so.
They were the fucking best part of that episode.
I know.
believe.
Dude, I had to
They're-
go take a piss in the middle of it, and I forgot to hit pause. And I come back, and I just see a fucking, like, a school of dwarves in front of Geralt. And I'm like, what just happened? And they were leading the fucking pack. Like, it went in a height line. It was the shortest dwarf to the tallest witcher.
You know what? Like the best scene was whenever like they killed the dude while he was taking a shit in the forest.
Yeah,
when
that
Yennefer was
fucked up.
that group.
That
That was fucked up.
So what was your guys'... I went through my first impression. So what was your guys' first impression of episode 6?
Really, it was like a mystery. So it felt like a mystery adventure to me.
It kind of had like a Lord of the Ring vibe to me a little bit in it. It had
Yeah,
dwarves,
because of the
elves,
dwarves.
and humans going to go walk a long fucking journey into a fucking cave. Episode 6 had less action, I would say, in episode 5. But in episode 6, there was more story development, character development in it than episode 5.
I agree.
It was a very good like so far. I know I'm being very redundant. So far, every episode brings something new. There's always something different for about each episode. There's not a redundant like trait in it. The only thing that's redundant in it, I would say, is the actors and actress in it. But every time is something new. It's never a same story. It doesn't pick off where the previous episode started because of the timeline jumping. It's a very intertwined, written, and constructed well story.
Yep. And also every episode, it feels like the they're getting better and better.
Yeah. What was your favorite scene in episode 6, Jonathan?
Probably when, other than the doors, probably when Geralt helped Yennefer realize she can never really truly go back to being able to have her baby.
It wasn't Geralt. It wasn't Geralt. Remember at the end, they kind of had this breakup fight at the end because Geralt did tell her in the tent after the Lord died from getting slit while he was pooping, and he went into the tent and he kind of confessed his love to her in not in a blatantly open way. He kind of tiptoed around it. And then they got, at the very end, they talked to the dragon while he was in human form. He's they were going at each other's throat. And he's like, I'm going to save you guys pain. It's going to hurt a little bit, but it's going to save you a lot of pain. He was like, you can never keep her, and you can never get pregnant.
This is why I have to watch the episodes twice.
How would you guys rate the overall acting in episode 6?
Man, those dwarfs were killing it.
What? Those dwarves? You would have picked those dwarves? Never would have guessed. That came out of left field. Swan, I love how beautiful your brain works. It just pulls shit from the stratosphere that you would never expect.
I really liked it when Poseidon came to the mountain and threw a trident at Geralt.
What the fuck are you talking? His beautiful autistic brain's at work right now.
And then a unicorn fell from the sky.
But seriously, how would you guys rate the overall acting?
Oh my gosh. I would give it 7 dwarfs out of 10.
Jonathan?
I give it 7.5 dwarfs.
Wouldn't the half just be another dwarf? I mean, wouldn't 7 dwarves equal 14 dwarves?
No, 2 of them don't have legs. They're missing 1 leg each.
They're the best 3-leg racers in the world.
Yeah. Wait, that's only 2 legs still.
Shut up. I didn't do the math. I definitely would give episode 6 a 7.5 just because like I said, it felt more
Dwarfs?
walking than actual acting in it. But the dwarves did help it. That scene where the dwarves came back and they saw the 2 tall black ladies killed everybody and they threw their swords down and they're like, this is bloody bullshit. We missed all the fun. And he threw a sword down in anger. I was like, what are you going to do? Bite their fucking ankles?
My favorite scene was when the dwarfs brought out somebody sleeping in a forest inside of a coffin with a glass case. And then Prince Charming can wake her with a kiss.
God damn! I didn't know that these drawers had a intertwined with Sleeping Beauty.
How much of this episode did I miss?
Don't worry, this is our episode in Swan's brain.
This is the episode I made up in my head just now.
Well, everybody, I forgot to introduce tech supporters here, aka Becca Thighs. Subscribe, Becca Thighs. I would definitely toss a coin to my tech support. Toss a coin to your tech support. Oh, Becca's thighs of plenty.
This is why I'm muted all the time, people.
What would you guys give the overall rating for episode 6?
Jonathan?
9 dwarfs out of 10.
9
Nine
dwarfs.
dwarfs?
You like episode 6 more than episode 5? I did. Why is that?
Dragons
Dwarves.
and dwarves. Dragons and dwarves. A big ass monster and a little cutie. We're definitely gonna have Becca cosplay as one of the dwarfs in it. I would definitely give this one less than episode 5. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10 because I just felt like this was a more story driven, less action packed. It wasn't bad. It was very good. It just, like I said, it was probably me being an asshole. It just had a very much of a Lord of Rings vibe on that episode with the walking in a group with all these different humanoid characters. They do pull out a deed. That's just me. It was a great story, great acting, great action, great cinema, great CGI. It was like I said, The Witcher is a great overall series. What would you rate it?
Yep. I'm gonna give it 4 for one reason and one reason only. That's how many dwarfs were in the episode, and we needed more dwarfs.
So it's like a 4 out of 4.
Yes.
So
Not enough dwarfs. Only complaint.
as-
Needs more dwarfs.
More dwarves. We need more. As we guys have been watching 6 episodes of The Witcher, I believe there's 8 total in season 1.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, sir.
Overall, I know we asked this at the end of it. Overall score of The Witcher 1 through 6. Jonathan?
Overall score, I'll give it a 9.
Swan?
8.5, just because there wasn't dwarfs in the other episodes.
I'm definitely gonna give it a 9. This is a very well show.
I
It's
will
very-
probably rewatch it
Yes.
a couple times in the future.
Oh, definitely. When episode 2 comes out, I'm rewatching. I mean, not episode 2. When season 2 comes out, when season 2 comes out, I'm gonna rewatch the entire season 1 for just to be caught back up on it. It's very entertaining.
And maybe we'll catch stuff that we didn't catch the first time.
Yeah, maybe we will see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has
Okay.
been the Let's Get To It channel reviewing The Witcher episodes 5 and 6. Please follow us on Discord, Instagram, and Twitch. All those links will be in the description below. And as we always like to say, like, subscribe, Becca Thighs. Good night, y'all.
Bye.